crazy, as my friend introduced me to this term, thank you, Mibby, in the middle of Mayvember. Isn't that what May feels like? That's what it feels like to me. It's like November and December and the busyness of like all those things going on, but there's like not a big holiday. It's just the end of the school year and kids' activities and dances and recitals, and it's so much fun, but man, it can get a little exhausting, right? I had to hop out of my like rest period, like jump right back into it. But overall, I'm doing well and sticking with it and feeling so much better. So that's a win. I'll go with that. We're down in Georgia. We're down here for a little bit to hang out with family members and just kind of do life with cousins and slow down for a little bit. And I hope this message that I'm going to teach on very quickly this morning makes sense to you, because it was a term my 4, almost 5-year-old daughter used yesterday. And I loved it. And I'm going to teach on it. Anyway, so in this community we're in down in Georgia, there's a lot of like untouched land and fields and a path you can go through. And I call them Wheatfields, even though they're not actual wheat, they look like it. And it's really beautiful. And we were out fishing at this little pond, and my daughter and I were walking around the pond, and there are all these wildflowers that she just like cannot get over, and they're beautiful, and it's just fields of them. And she would want to stop and pick them all and take them all in. And I have it on camera, and I'm going to put it up on the stories or something, but like or maybe, yeah, I'll put it up on the stories. I'm just like recording her picking these pretty flowers, and I know where she goes, "This is perfectly bloomed." And that term, is that not just a beautiful term? Perfectly bloomed. And to hear a 4, almost 5-year-old next week say that term, looking at this flower in like awe and just couldn't believe. And she was very intentional about which one. This one is perfectly bloomed. It got me thinking about this verse, and I'll tie it into, how I interpreted, how it struck me, and maybe you'll feel the same way. But it's out of Luke 12:27. Consider how the wild flowers grow. They don't labor or spin thread. Yet I tell you, not even Solomon in all of his splendor was adorned like one of these. If that's how God clothes the grass, which is in the field tomorrow and is thrown into the furnace, is in the field today and is thrown into the furnace tomorrow, how much more will he do for you, you of little faith? Don't strive for what you should eat and what you should drink, and don't be anxious. For the Gentile world eagerly seeks all these things, and your Father knows that you need them. But seek his kingdom, and all these things will be provided for you. ... I'm adding this part so that you can be perfectly bloomed. How much time do we have anxiety? We're anxious about fill in the blank. We're worried about what we're going to eat, what we're going to drink, what job we're going to get. Is our body in shape enough? Is our skin clear enough? Is our hair okay? Is it falling out? Is this person my friend? Is this person not? Are we going to be able to do this? What's next? What's next? How do we do this? What's coming up? What should we do? Where should we, how should we raise our kids? Fill in the blank. All this anxiousness. All the things we worry about not being provided for. Could you just look at the wildflowers and let them show you that God takes care of those little flowers that literally are here today and gone tomorrow? Like CJ picked so many of them and then just threw them on the ground. Their life's over. But he still takes the time to provide exactly what they need to be perfectly bloomed. And he does the same for you, and he does the same for me. And if we could just step out of the way and let all these things that don't matter, that are robbing us from seeing that he's providing for us, and from seeing that he desires for us to be perfectly bloomed and provides everything we need to be perfectly bloomed, which is to live out our calling. And if we just seek his kingdom, all these things we have so much anxiety and concern and worry about, they'll go away and will be provided for, just like that perfectly bloomed little wildflower in the middle of a field in a small community in an off the beaten path road in Georgia was provided for. He cares enough about that flower, and he cares even more about you and me. So this week, can we not focus on all the things and let God provide all the things? so that we can be perfectly bloomed and live out the calling that he has given in front of us. I hope that this time of year doesn't rob us of all the beauty that's in it, all the wildflowers. If you get a chance, go pick one, see how perfectly bloomed it is, and be reminded that God cares more about you than he does that beautiful flower that you're holding. I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Don't miss the wheat or the wildflowers.